moment.
Okay.
So I've been doing quite a lot of coaching for from startup to scale up.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
and
Okay.
then mainly on the um, setting up the organization, so getting ready to scale.
Yes. Yes.
Because I
Yes.
mean, it's one to be a fast-growing company. Let's say I double your revenue every year. That's one. But if you want to scale, you have to do a little bit more than doubling.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I try to get companies ready, structural wise.
Yes.
And also people wise, because I
Yes.
mean, which people should we hire? How should the division look like?
Yes.
And certainly in the sales business, because that's where I come from. I
This is the
come
southern
from
part
the
of Belgium.
tech business, and so I've moved from hardware into software and
Okay.
SaaS. So software as a service is what I'm focusing on right now. And
Software, computer programming software.
yes,
Okay.
yes,
And you're coaching those sectors in that sector to go out and.
to scale, to scale.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
How they
Okay.
can get
Yeah.
hyper growth.
Yes. Okay.
And that's
Okay.
from a marketing and a sales point of view. That's what I do.
That's okay. That is very, very similar to mine. Exceptionally similar. Okay, so ours is Quest Solution Partners, and we are advanced mastery business executive coaching company, and consulting, of course. And we specialize in. I come from a real estate background. I've been in 15 years in real estate. I've owned my own franchise. I've won awards for top performing sales agent, all that kind of thing. And I've just recently gone into business. I've always been in business development. And I also studied sales and marketing. And I've got experience working in the UK and in Ireland in that same sector. So I've been in marketing and sales my whole career. And I had a very established real estate career where people kind of know me as the property guy, not my Stuart Fraser as the property guy. And did really well. And then recently I've launched my coaching sector company, which is also going exceptionally well thus far. And it's the 5 sectors. It's real estate, finance, office automation solutions, which is basically internet integrated CCTV, access points for staff, printer solutions. Automotive sector, so all the car dealerships and growing them. And then the renewable energy sector, which is solar panels for industrial, commercial, residential on the roofs for saving costs. Mm-hmm. Those are my 5 platforms, and it's going exceptionally. So I'm really, the strong ones for me are real estate, exceptionally. Insurance, finance is not my strongest suit, but I can do the insurance brokers and that kind of thing. Wealth managers, and it's a little bit in depth sometimes, that kind of aspect of it. Office automation, very good. It's a very lucrative industry in South Africa, but very hard driven. It's not the prettiest sort of work environment to work in, but the guys do quite well. And then renewable energy sector, I just feel, because the whole earth's moving towards the green, going green, carbon footprint. That's a very good interest of mine. But any company in your country where they're wanting to grow their sales force, or they're wanting to get increased productivity, I use things like time mastery and how they can manage their time. I build up from a psychological point of view. I bring in a lot of psychological aspects into the training, like coaching their RAS. So I build up what's their business RAS, so they can be in the right frame of mind. I look at things like lead generation techniques. And the vision of our of my company is Quest Solution Partners. We rise by lifting others. And at the forefront of the company, we use technology to leverage technology to the benefit of the accounts we work with and to ourselves. So we use, I don't know how you guys using things like ChatGTP and artificial intelligence. Obviously not from a content point of view. I'm exceptionally creative and I'm always authentic. But from putting it together, if you implement your own data into the system, it can just structure certain things, newsletters, articles. That's how I use it, because I naturally, the writing comes easily to me. And yes, I actually got a lady on board this morning. Angelique is her name. She's got many years experience, also international footprint in the automotive sector with cars. She did Mercedes-Benz, Germany. She did China, doing all those Chinese cars, as well as America. And she's got supply chain management. She's come on board as well. And she's going to be implementing a whole new sort of vision into the company, where we're going to, even our coaching material, so our platforms, there's a new system which she's told me about this morning, which basically, if I say, come to you and say, I've got this particular account, can I help you with your business? You can go onto that platform and you can actually see the software program. I don't know, I'll get to the name for you after this, the name of it, and you can actually see it all there before committing to the program. And I just thought that was really quite a nice, innovative idea when it comes to sort of the materials and that kind of thing, because I take it very seriously, and I want to obviously build an international footprint. And ironically, as I said, I've got this guy from Sweden also wanting to come on board, as well as Amsterdam. I haven't really looked at France that much yet, but I want to keep it. I want to keep it small and build up. I don't want to, get too big too soon, kind of a thing. Yeah. So that's kind of where I'm at the moment, and I'm just needing somebody who, like you, who's obviously got experience, who I can look up to almost as a mentor. Who could just help me maybe perhaps open a door to in your country to secure a few online accounts, or what you would recommend is the best strategy going forward to us to incorporate this. So my sort of vision is that I would do the majority of my time would be spent consulting online, like this kind of thing, and then the other staff that I've got on board would run the South African kind of setup we've got, because obviously the solutions are the coaching, and then the services we provide. I believe in partnership. Our partnership up with the Cape Town couple, they do this solution of the actual installation of solar panels onto the roofs, and the actual office automation. But as that'll be kept here. All I would bring across to you as what you recommended would be the coaching services. And you can tell me exactly what you recommend. I'm open for anything in regards to the way you think is the best forward. Yes. Yeah.
If you want to get solar,
yes,
your focus should be in Romania.
Yeah, I'm not. Solar is not really an interest of mine. It actually just came on because of one of the guys I partnered with. So I'm not really too keen on venturing into solar. I would prefer to do your real estate companies and your finance brokers and like the office solutions kind of thing. But Romania, we can explore that avenue, and the automotive sector, because the lady I've got on board now has got 15-20 years international experience in that sector, working with European countries already. I don't know, like places like Volvo and the car dealerships, or even the breweries. I mean, like you've got quite a few breweries, like they've got a sales team. They're needing obviously to implement growth, implement strategies, those kind of forces, and those kind of markets are more my avenue. I can do the technical side, but I prefer the more business orientated solutions. Yeah.
Because I've been working with a company that does 100 million euros in revenue at this moment.
Wow.
I've been looking at them to help them grow their sales, because their ambition is to be a 300 million euro company in a few years from now.
Wow.
So I've been guiding them on how to do that. And
yes.
Internationalization is one of the things that we're focusing on right now.
Okay.
We did a survey on Europe when it came to renewables.
Yes.
And Germany and Romania are the two countries to focus upon.
Of course. The Germans would be, yeah.
Yeah, Romania is a very interesting one. Certainly when it comes to the lady that Angelique that you just hired.
Yes.
Romania is one of the main powers in Europe when it comes to automotive.
And the parts, also the parts. Okay, that's exactly that's exactly what we were looking for.
Yeah, but also assembly of cars.
Yes.
So they're extremely strong. A lot of German companies are outsourcing everything to Romania. So Romania is going to be a
powerhouse.
One of the growing forces in Europe in the next coming years.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, they're always on the back foot. Romania was always on the back foot. I remember.
Yeah, it used to be a very, very, very poor country, but I think they're catching up really, really fast.
Yes.
Still, the salaries are still dirt cheap compared to the rest of Europe.
Yes.
And that's why, what we have learned because of COVID is that we can't rely on China.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because, I mean, at a certain stage, the masks that we were wearing, we had several companies in Belgium producing them.
Okay.
But then we shut them down because there was no more business in it. They came cheaper from China.
Like
and
everything
then
else.
Came along, and then we didn't have anybody anymore. So we had to start begging the Chinese to get some masks.
Yeah.
And so that's the one thing that we've learned in Europe, I think, is that we have to go back to a
manufacturing.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And I've also done some research into it, and I also do see that Europe and your countries, as well as the ones around you, seem to outsource a lot of this kind of thing that I'm doing. You are outsourcing. So, look, it's a very new concept, what this business coaching development in South Africa. Yeah. It's exceptionally new. It's very new, and I've worked in the UK more on the property side of things and business development side, but I don't really have an interest of working with them. I would prefer to work in Europe, in your kind of sectors that you've got going, and I think I'd be a lot of value as well. I really do. I stand by my brand and what we do, and I believe that when I come on board and I coach, I don't believe in tying a person's company into a fixed contract with my services. If they're not happy with my services after the first month, they can withdraw and walk away. I believe in myself that they won't. I mean, it's never happened, but I don't believe that that's a way of doing things, in order to secure cash. No. If they're not happy after the first month, they can walk away, and and I stand by that in my brand statement when I deal with people, and it's worked really well.
Yeah, and I even give them 6 months, I mean, they can walk away anytime in the first 6 months.
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely.
And then afterwards, I think that we should finish the month, but it's up to them. I mean, that's how we work as well.
Yeah.
And I also think that's what companies are expecting from people like us.
Yes. And can I ask the language? Is it across the board? Can they generally also English is fine? I believe it is.
English is certainly fine in the Dutch-speaking part, which is about 60% of the population.
In Belgium,
Brussels is very, very multilingual, because I mean it's not only the headquarters of Belgium or the capital of Belgium, it's also the capital of Europe.
Yes.
And next to being the capital of Europe, it's the headquarters of NATO, which are located in Brussels.
Of course. Yes. Yeah, I remember from school. Yeah.
Yeah, it is, and I think all of the international companies are headquartered in Brussels. So Brussels is pretty international, which is about 10% of the population. It's going to be 9% right now. It's no longer 10%. And then you get the French-speaking part and the German-speaking part. The
South
German
and North.
Very small. It's only 5%. It's peanuts. But their English is also okay. On the French part, it's a bit more difficult.
Yeah, yes. That I realized. That's one of the reasons why I never really pursued that avenue, because I know the French and they don't really like speaking English either. I know that, and that's how, I'm well aware.
But the good news is that on the Dutch-speaking part, so the 60% of the population is generating about 80% of the income of the country.
So that's the bulk of it is English-speaking orientated. So there's quite a crossover of Dutch.
Is not an issue.
An issue, because there's quite a lot of Dutch in your country, then obviously, as you said, which is.
But we have been part of the Netherlands, for.
So jij kan Afrikaans verstaan? Jij kan Afrikaans verstaan? Jij kan praten Afrikaans?
Yeah, you could, and I would be able to understand you. So I speak what we call Flemish.
Yeah, I know.
It's Dutch. It's the same words.
Yes.
With a different accent.
Okay. Because Afrikaans stemmed from Dutch.
I do understand Afrikaans.
That's brilliant. Because ek is nie Afrikaans eerste taal, maar ek kan nie die taal praat.
Yeah. So in Flemish, I would say, ik versta dat.
Jy verstaan. 100%. Ja. Baie dankie. So no, that's basically where I'm at, and I'm ready to come on board, as soon as possible. I mean, I really, I'm very passionate about what I do. I'm very, I ensure that I always put my best foot forward, and I believe I can be of great value to obviously the sectors that are operating there. And
you mentioned that coaching is a new practice in South Africa. In Europe, I think it is something which has been there for a long time.
That's
people
interesting.
Are used to getting coaches and hiring coaches in order to do business. So
that's good to hear.
And I mean, on the internationalization side, I think that with your countryman Elon Musk, I mean, right now a lot of people are looking up to what South Africa has to offer, because I mean, if we look at what Musk is doing right now, I mean, his he has changed the car world.
Elon Musk, yeah.
Yeah, and he has changed the way that people are going into space. And so I think that in a way he does have some negative publicity as well.
He can now and again, yeah.
Yeah, but it's okay. But people admire him for his in-depth knowledge of what is changing.
And innovative strategies.
Disrupting the world.
Yes, absolutely. And it's making waves. It's very innovative, very advanced, very technological approach, which is the way the world's moving. It really is. That's why our cornerstone of our company is using technology at the forefront to leverage our benefits and for the people we represent. And because at the end of the day, I find a lot of passion in seeing my work input into companies and seeing the results, seeing them increase their market share, seeing them strategize with new ideas, seeing them grow their business. That to me is really rewarding. And as a coach, you witness it firsthand. Just a minor little change to their technique, their pitch, their way of closing, their key performance indicators, their lead generation, and can make the world of difference. And I think the innovative ideas that I would obviously come with would be different to what they used to. And I think I could really trigger some good moves in that kind of thing. So I just obviously want to make sure, and that's why I wanted to align myself with people like you and with the other guy I'm going to be meeting with, Ken from Sweden. Because he's also really interested in chatting to me also about the same thing. I just wanted to obviously first find out from you where would you think would be most sort of suit, how you would see me if it, obviously you consented to it, fit it into your picture, how it would be in your sort of vision.
You mentioned it yourself. We did have a lot of car industry. Today it's only Volvo who has a factory and Audi.
I'm aware of that, Volvo.
That's the two only factories that we have right now. But we used to have Ford, which had this biggest plant in the world, was sitting at
Germany.
No, here down in Belgium.
Oh.
So the biggest plant in the world of Ford.
Okay.
It was in Belgium.
Yeah, I actually wondered if prior to us meeting, I actually was thinking what cars actually come out of Belgium, and I know obviously Volvo is next door.
Volvo and Audi.
Okay.
That's what we produce. Yeah.
And Aston, what's the other one? Not Aston, not it'll come to me later. There's another European, Herrera, Alfa Romeo.
That's Italy.
Oh, is that Italy? Alfa Romeo. Okay, that's Italy. Okay.
It used to be part of Fiat.
Yes.
But it has been sold to Peugeot Citroën.
Oh, so it's French now.
Yes.
Okay.
But it is French. It's like Volvo is Chinese.
Yes.
So.
Okay.
Yeah. But, so Audi does production of electric vehicles in Brussels, and then we have in Ghent. We have the production of the X series for Volvo and the electric vehicles.
Yes, and that's doesn't use petrol, of course. It's a run. Yeah.
Yes, it's the factories have been there, but we're an expensive country to work in, and in that way, it's a more expensive technology that comes to our country.
Yes.
So that's, and then we have for parts, we have quite a lot of companies in the neighborhood here.
Okay.
Manufacturing plants that are doing automotive parts.
Okay.
Some of them are struggling, and they probably could need some coaching from you.
Yes, absolutely. I would bring on Angelique in regards to that as well, because she's got many years experience in that sector. But I could definitely help with the car automotive sector throughout Belgium. And then the real estate sort of sector, what's happening? Because that is my original drive.
Real estate is still the prices in the rest of Europe are now going down because of the energy crisis. But in Belgium, the prices are still rising.
Okay.
We should not forget that we are a very, very small country.
Yes.
And if you look again at the Dutch-speaking parts of the Flemish part of it, 60% of the population lives on 40% of the land.
Oh, wow.
Which means that it's extremely dense populated.
Yes.
Population, our density is above 400 people per square kilometer.
Oh, wow.
And it's very close to that of the Netherlands, because the Netherlands is only slightly bigger, and they have 18.5 million people.
Okay.
We have 11.5 million people.
Okay. So very sort of interlocked almost between Holland and.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same culture. Let's not forget that Amsterdam was born, and the golden age of the Netherlands, as they called it, was born when the Inquisition happened. So when the Spanish came over here and they wanted to make sure that everybody was a Catholic and no longer a Protestant.
Yes.
So the whole of Antwerp moved over to. So the intelligence and the money that was sitting in Antwerp moved over to Amsterdam, and that's when the golden age in the Netherlands.
Okay. Yes, that makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. But Brussels, you're right, brother. I didn't realize that it was your country was the actual capital of Europe itself.
Yes, it is.
Oh wow.
We have the European Parliament sitting in Brussels.
Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah, I knew Brussels was the capital of Belgium. I didn't know Belgium was the actual capital of the whole of Europe. Yeah, very interesting.
It's about, 50,000 people that are working for the European Union.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay, so it really is a good economic sort of area to be doing these kind of. That would obviously explain the need for quality business coaches and that to drive the forces and that kind of thing. Yes, to obviously do better. It makes a lot of sense.
We're very much focused on exporting because we're too small a country to do everything inside. To sell just inside. So internationalization is one of the key things.
What do you export predominantly? The main.
We predominantly exporting.
Okay.
We're one of those few countries that have a positive trade balance. So
yes.
We import less than that we export.
Yes. Okay, makes sense. Yeah. Okay. And no, you don't do food, vegetables, those kind of things. No farming, agricultural.
No,
coming
we still
up.
have that, but
dairy farming.
It's not that much anymore. So
okay.
I think the Netherlands is feeding Europe, despite the fact that there's almost no land.
Yes.
Too many people living there.
Yes.
But I think that we're coming in second or third.
Okay.
So we do have a very good, and then something else which we're famous for, which is also related to South Africa, is diamonds.
Diamonds?
Yeah, 60% of the world's cut diamonds are going through Antwerp.
Yes, of course. But I always thought Antwerp was that in Holland. Is Antwerp's not in Holland, is it? I mean, it's not.
No, it's still Belgium.
It's still Belgium. Okay, I always thought it was in Holland. Oh wow. Okay, I have yes.
The port of Antwerp is the third largest port in the world. So it's Rotterdam in the Netherlands.
Yes.
And the second one, to be honest, I don't know. And then the third one is Antwerp.
Okay, it makes sense going down the coast. Okay, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Okay.
So we're the gateway into Europe combined with the Netherlands.
Okay, brilliant.
Both countries are seeing a lot of transportation coming in and then transmitting into the rest of Europe.
Okay. So it's like the entry point almost, the gateway. Okay, well that's very good. That's very good to know. Absolutely, yes.
There's also a lot of potential in Antwerp. Big city also. Lots of business and a lot of startups sitting there.
Okay.
And manufacturing is growing in Antwerp.
Okay. And the guys, they would be fine. I mean, the various sectors and the company heads, they would obviously be fine with South Africa, a South African person.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Doesn't really matter.
As long as you do the job and you're good at it, and okay.
Absolutely. If you can bring value to them,
absolutely.
Nobody minds.
Yeah, I actually think that it's an advantage almost, because I'm not one of the countrymen. I believe that it will stand in my favor because it would be someone unique to them that I can almost build a working relationship with, and then and then benefit obviously in the coaching into that. I'm very people orientated, and I always like to ensure that you connect with the various people you work with. And I must say, on referral business, I believe a lot. The concept of referral business. In my whole working career, I think about 98.5 or 99% of everyone I've worked with always comes back to me. Even though I'm not even an acting agent anymore in the real estate sector, they would still call me year after year, Stuart, please come and do my property or list this property. every year. So everyone I have worked with over my time has obviously seen the benefit, and they've always come sort of back to me and asked for my services again.
It's where I get my customers.
Absolutely.
So, I keep a lot of questions. I keep on getting a lot of questions from people on the on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Whether I need some virtual assistant or whether they need some lead management programs. I don't need any of that because it's a very simple game for me.
Yes.
I get referrals from people I've worked with or people that I know.
Okay.
So my network is
strong.
What brings me the business.
Yeah, you see, now that's why I think also another aspect, because of our economy in South Africa and certain reasons, we are on the back foot in this country quite a lot. So it's ironic because I'm big on, I don't know, like Google algorithms and your SEO link, how LinkedIn feeds into your main website, how it's all optimized, and your clicks per, all that, the technological side. And my ranking, I was ranked by LinkedIn, which is the biggest B2B platform in the world. I was ranked after 1 month of running my company, a business sales expert, as per the American parameters on how to rate based on my Google algorithms. I went from an expert within 1 month. I was very impressed with obviously the achievement. Not only that, but my ranking on my LinkedIn page is 78 or 82, I think, which is well above average on content, networking, that kind of thing. And the only aspect that my partner of mine said to me the other day, I've got everything is right as per how it should be logistically and where the numbers are. But because this certain aspects of the country and the economy, we're on the back foot at the moment. Hence the reason why a lot of our talent goes to other parts of the world. A lot of South Africans, places like Australia, the States, Canada, they always sort of being headhunted across the board. The economy is quite weak. It's very weak. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to collaborate in a way. If you can share some stuff that I would be able to share with some of the people that I know, then I would be more than happy to have a look at that and come back to you.
Okay.
Or we can collaborate.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine, Noel. What, just like a marketing plan, any sector, or just a general?
I don't know what is the. You probably have some.
Yes, I do have some content
that you use.
Yes.
Or a presentation that you in which you show what you can bring to a company.
Yes.
That kind of stuff.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, and then I'll leave it in your hands, and we can just see how it goes, organically develops from there. But that's fine. Yeah, 100%. Okay. If you maybe just give me a day, say close the business tomorrow or by Wednesday, I'll have it sent through to you. And then we can pick things up from there. Thank you so much for your time. Really means a lot. Noel, keep in touch, and I'll let you know once I've sent it through.
Certainly.
Yeah.
All right.
Take care. Cheers. Bye. Nailed it.
We're reviewing tomorrow at 2:04.
Did I nail it, babe?